Only 3 races remain in NASCAR's K&N Pro Series West. And today in Spokane, Washington for the Spokane 200. Hi, folks. Mike Hogwood here along with Phil Parsons. You see the breeze blowing those flags. We got a great night for racing.
It is absolutely perfect. 67 degrees.
And you can see the stands are full, and Greg Pursley has I wouldn't say comfortable. He's almost locked this thing up.
Yeah, he has virtually locked this thing up. What a terrific season for Greg.
And for Gene Price Motorsports, Paul Bartholomew is with the car owner.
Well, it's been a dream season in 2011 for Gene Price Motorsports, and not just for the Greg Pursley team, but also for the Dylan Kwasniewski team. We've got the car owner with us, Gene Price, right here. Gene, where did this season come from?
Oh, I don't know. It's been pretty incredible. We finished off last year with a lot of momentum. We had a horrible season until the last 3 races, and we started this season I knew we were going to be good. I just didn't know we were going to be this good. It's pretty cool.
Owner Gene Price Motorsports.
Very deserving. Good season for Gene Price. Mike, let's take a look at some of the storylines. You do not want to overdrive these corners here. There's a lot of bumps in the center of the corner, and if you drive in too hard, you get up in those bumps. You want to protect the bottom. You can make passes on the outside, and you want to be able to turn the center and have forward bite up off the corner.
Dylan Kwasniewski is on the pole, his second of the season, and he's with Paul.
Well, Dylan Kwasniewski has done it again. He became the youngest pole sitter in K&N Pro Series history a few weeks ago in Colorado, and now he's done it again here in Spokane. Any surprises in qualifying today?
You know, I mean, I'm always out there to get a good qualifying run, and whenever I get a good qualifying run, like pole or second, I always think I do really, really bad. And then once I go in, they tell me my time, and I'm surprised. But Rockstar New Jink Royal Purple Ford is awesome. Gene Price Motorsports did a great job, and hopefully we can come out with a 3rd row in a win.
Good luck today.
Thank you.
He's on the pole for the 2nd time in his career, and the 2nd time in 2011. That's Dylan Kwasniewski.
And a very mature 16 years old. He's going to be tough to beat tonight. You see the cars rolling off. We'll have our starting grid as we get ready for this 200-lap race here in Spokane, Washington. It has been a long time since this series has come to Spokane County Raceway.
Yeah, over 30 years. 1979 was the last time. Jimmy Angelo, great West Series competitor, won that race. Let's take a look at this racetrack. You see it's a half-mile paved oval. No walls on a lot of this racetrack. Guys tell me it's really, really wide, though. A lot of racing room out here.
200 laps. We will stop at the halfway point. Cameron Haley, 15 years old, another great qualifying run. He's in his 2nd career race today.
Combined age of 31 years for the front row.
Amazing. As you see back our starting grid, Carl Haar, veteran in this series. John Wood back on row 8.
Hey, Brett Thompson's coming off 3 top 6 finishes in a row coming into here.
22 cars will make up the field here, the Spokane 200, and we're about ready to go green as pace car pulls down on the pit lane. And it'll be the youngster Dylan Kwasniewski who will lead the field to green. We're underway.
Both the front row starters spun the wheels. Cameron Haley gets a little contact from Pursley. He's going to lose at least 4 positions.
Boy, Cameron Haley got a little squirrely on that start. As you can see, it knocked him back. He's side by side now with Luis Martinez, as Pursley was able to take advantage of that.
Eric Holmes looking awfully racy here. It looked like he wanted to stick his nose underneath Luis Martinez Jr. in the 6th car.
You got to remember, a long way to go tonight, 200 laps. Normally, this series runs 150 laps with no stops. But there will be a chance to adjust tonight.
Eric Holmes able to get by that 6th car. There's a good shot of Michael Self, Brett Thompson running right behind Moses Smith. That's Moses in the 16 car. Michael Self in the 21, Brett Thompson in the 61.
And there are 2 cars that would really love to get a win and have shown this season some real capabilities to run towards the front. But right now, Dylan Kwasniewski, who, as you heard from Paul Bartholomew, 2 poles this season. One at Colorado and here at Spokane. Field kind of strings out a little bit now. In the early going, as we said, you want to be a little bit careful, and you talked about it in your storylines. Jonathan Gomez ahead of Pursley now.
Great to see Jonathan back in that car this season. You know, he started out the season, ran the first 5 races, and then hasn't been back. Great to see him back in the car and running well.
It is. Greg Pursley, You don't have to be careful if you're Greg Pursley. He's got such a huge lead. It's virtually going to be impossible for anybody to catch him.
And what a great position to be in, too. He can come out here these last 3 races and concentrate on nothing but going for the win. Doesn't really have to worry about points. Essentially, all he has to do is start these races. He comes out of here with a good finish, then he literally may be able to clinch it next week.
Well, it has been a long, tough summer for this series as they've run a lot of races in the summer. As you see the battle for second, there will be a break after this race until October 15th at Roseville, and a lot of these teams say they need a little break.
Yeah, I said next week. I really meant next race. That next race is over a month away.
Yeah, only 2 races remain after this one in the K&N Pro Series West. That'll be at All-American Speedway in Roseville, California, and then they'll close the season at Phoenix.
Been really impressed all season long, Mike, with the level of, a little bit of contact there. Looks like Jack Sellers and Jonathan Gomez got together. That allows Pursley to get to the inside of Gomez.
Jack Sellers going a lap down here. Sellers, 67 years young.
Pursley took over that second spot from Jonathan Gomez. Haley right there behind in the 24 car.
Boy, when you're running a lot faster than a car like Jack Sellers and you come up on him so fast, it's kind of tough.
This is 0-1 car, Greg Rail on the outside. Gomez making the move on the inside.
Another car going a lap down his rail, and Gomez looking awfully strong here. There's a spin. It is Jack Sellers, as we told you, really was not up to speed with the rest of the field. He has spun and brought out the first caution here of the night.
Looks like that car's overheating a bit, too, at the base of the windshield on the right side. Looks like a little steam coming out of it.
So problems for the veteran Jack Sellers here, and we're under yellow here early. First race here at Spokane since 1979, and so far, pretty good race. The youngster out in front, his teammate Greg Pursley's right behind him.